Welcome back. You're still watching Market View and moving on with the program. Last week, the Eswatini Public Procurement Regulatory Agency, ESPPRA, trained Category A parastatal entities on the public procurement data collection tool, a powerful step to boost compliance, transparency and accountability in government procurement. But what exactly is this tool and how will it expose hidden inefficiencies or corruption? We're now joined by Compliance Officer Mbali Mkhwanazi to break it down and further talk about the hefty penalties under the Public Procurement Act of 2011 of up to 10 million emalangeni or 10 years in jail, or both, for entities that do not comply with the Act. Mbali, how are you doing?
I'm well, thanks, Musila. How are you?
Good, good. Glad to have you in the studio. Let's get to it. What is the Public Procurement Data Collection Tool and what does it seek to address really?
Okay. The Public Procurement Data Collection Tool is a system developed by ESPPRA to standardize the procuring entities on how they capture their data and report procurement activities across the entire procurement cycle. By this, we mean from planning to tendering up to contract award. Is contract implementation.
Yeah.
Say is. Also, it seeks to address transparency and public access within procurement so that the public could be able to see how the country's procurement is run. It also will help detect anomalies and risks which may occur. Yes.
The agency has already had engagements with some public entities. Tell us a bit more about that. How prepared are parastatals to comply? Are there any gaps that you may have identified?
Okay, our parastatals are actually prepared. Some already have reporting structures which are in place at the moment, and some are capacitating themselves into getting proper reporting structures for this process to go through. With gaps which we have seen, it's that some do not submit on time. This time the submission is not timely. There's constraints as some procuring entities do not have capacitating officers in place. Also, we have seen that the procuring entities, they do have qualified procuring officers now, and some have established procurement units within them. Yes.
How will this tool expose inefficiencies or corruption that currently we could say has gone unnoticed?
Okay, this is a data collection and analysis tool. Since it's a data collection and analysis tool, it collects all detailed data and procurement activities, timelines, budgets, allocations, and contract executions as to which contract is now being distributed. It also helps with analyzing the data, so that way it will reveal delays, budget overruns. It will also show irregular procurements. Yes. Also with inefficiencies and corruption, it's a standardized performance metric, and it will also help with audit traits and documentation. Yes. Through audit traits and documentations, it maintains comprehensive records. Yes, these records will help in procurement decisions and approvals, and it will also help us see all the transactions which were happening throughout the year. Yes. Also, it enhances visibilities across procurements. Through this, by capturing key data points such as procurement methods, timelines, bid participation, and contract variations.
How will you verify that the data submitted by entities is accurate and rather not manipulated in any way?
Okay, the data which will be submitted will be reviewed. It will also be checked if it's trustworthy, and also we'll see if it is what we expect. PEs will be updated on feedback with regards to the data shed. Also on that point, the structure of the tool reduces the likelihood of manipulation of data, as many fields are standardized and linked across the procurement cycle. So there's no way that you can fiddly with the data. What you've produced will be able to track and see if it's still aligned with your procurement plan. As you produce the plan, then it moves on throughout the cycle.
Mbali, corruption is an everyday challenge. Fiscal irregularities, we've read reports on those. But now we're at a point where we want results. Emaswati want to see change, or rather the taxpayer wants to see change. Can you guarantee that this tool will not just be another reporting exercise without accountability?
Okay, this tool is part of a broader compliance framework. Yes, it's not just a standalone exercise.
Yeah.
Yes, it supports activities such as monitoring, reporting, and decision making for the policy to advise to government and also for budgeting purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it will help generate published reports which will clearly outline the compliance rate of each entity.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually a national public procurement compliance performance report will be displayed. So to ensure that this is just not an exercise without real accountability, the agents will also provide continuous training to all procuring entities. Yes.
How do you see it reducing corruption risks within the procurement process?
Okay, it definitely improve transparency and traceability. Yes, it creates a record from planning to contract implementation, making it easier to identify inconsistencies, unusual patterns or deviations from standard procedures. Yes, it will also show companies. Show which companies are getting jobs from your works to your goods to your services. This will help that there's no repetition of a company receiving the same advantage as to you are company A, you are getting a tender on goods, services, and works at the same time. So it will be able to identify the companies and show that who are the directors of these companies. Yes, that will be visible as they have to register, so it will be there on our tool. And also, it will help with giving information for investigation purposes to Royal Police and also to Anti-Corruption Commission and also to the Eswatini Financial Intelligence Center. Yes, they'll be able to conduct investigations through information obtained from the tool. Also, the tool will also highlight reasons for contract cancellations. If maybe there is a contract cancellation, it will be highlighted on the tool.
Mbali, the agency released a notice that warns of strict enforcement. As I read through it, I also understood that there will be penalties that will be enforced against entities that fail to comply. What has changed within the agency to ensure that this is it's not only a warning, but it really is a turning point in terms of enforcement?
Okay. Compliance with reporting is guided by the Public Procurement Act and regulations. So information powers on Section 11 of the Public Procurement Act of 2011 require that the agency is required to request information from procuring entities. Yes, and if not complied with, it draws to invoke Section 62 and 63 of the Public Procurement Act of 2011 on penalties. Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Mbali. We'll leave it here. That was Mbali Mkhwanazi, who is the compliance officer at the Eswatini Public Procurement Regulatory Agency. We were discussing the public procurement data collection tool that has just been introduced to reduce inefficiencies and corruption. And also we tackled a bit of the regulations under the Procurement Act of 2011 that speaks to how inefficiencies will not be tolerated. Rather, compliance is key. This is Market View. The show continues after this.